Hey guys, I'm here at the Marine Depot booth. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me. I'm here with Robert. And why don't you tell, I know a lot of people already know about Marine Depot. Why don't you tell us a little bit about what Marine Depot does and how they try to help out?
Okay, sure, great. Well, Marine Depot, we sell marine aquarium supplies. A lot of us are dedicated hobbyists. That's the difference with us, maybe anywhere else. Everything we do is basically geared towards hobbyists themselves. We get a lot of enjoyment not only about selling quality product, but offering quality advice, educating the customers, teaching them how to use the products. That's really important to us. We put a lot of focus on customer service for that reason. Every year at Reef-A-Palooza, we pick out our Best of 2013 awards. These awards are chosen on a number of different criteria. Not only the functionality of the product, but the company's service, how well they perform in the industry, and most importantly, how the customers feel. We get a lot of feedback from the customers, so these awards are something that we do every year, and it's increasingly gaining a lot of popularity. And I think this year has been our biggest yet as far as the impact it's had with all the vendors and the customers here.
Yeah, this is our new series. This is our Nouveau Shallow Reef series that is actually a true AIO. The dimensions on these, this is our biggest aquarium that we made so far. This is 6 feet by 2 feet by 16 inches. AIO means that all the components, the filtration is all in the back. So we're not doing any sumps, no plumbing involved. So this way it keeps it simple for newcomers, new hobbyists. Yeah, so in the back chamber, we incorporated two 4-inch stock filters, one on each side for your mechanical filter. Then it goes flowing down to our next chamber where you can put our full-size media reactor or anything else. In here you could actually put 2 of them if you want to. Then it goes down to the next chamber where we have incorporated with 3 476 gallons per hour pumps that splits into 2 outtakes. So in this tank, this 120, you got 6 outtakes coming out of here. If you notice on the bottom right here.
Wow.
Yeah. So same thing on the other side. It's the same bathroom system. Then it goes to the main pump chamber.
That is awesome.
So with this setup, it includes the 40-inch tall stand. So it kind of compensates the shallow reef, so you're still getting in an eye-level view. With our new features on our tanks, we did low iron glass. That's on the front panel and on the sides. For this size, this is 120 gallons. The glass thickness is 15 millimeters thickness. So pretty much with this size, if you notice, we're not using any bracing to incorporate the thinner walls on most other aquariums. So that's one feature. The other feature that we did is the aluminum corrosion, the nylon screen lid. So this way we're not using any glass top. So it's very convenient for consumers to take the lid off when they have to maintain anything in the aquarium. So with these, we have 3 sizes. We have the 60 gallon, the 80 gallon, and the 120 gallon. 60 gallon is 3 feet by 2 by 16. The 80 gallon is 4 feet, 2 by 16.
Also, on the innovative marine tank, we have the Radion Pros, and we also have the EcoTech Reef Link system.
So as Thomas said, we're here at Reef-A-Palooza in the Marine Depot booth. We have our Radion Pros being now controlled completely wirelessly with the EcoTech Reef Link device. So the Reef Link we released at MACNA this past year and will be available this coming November. It's essentially the cutting of the cords to be able to control all of the Radion light line. So with the Reef Link, you're also going to be able to not only access from your EcoSmart Live cloud-based website from your computer, we're also going to have Android as well as iPhone and tablet applications, so you can basically have a never non-existent wireless controller. So as you'll see here, you can basically slide around the color wheel and go to all different spectrums with these lights remotely, as well as raising and lowering the intensity. In addition, we have multiple different options here as far as being able to go in through each different individual color channel, as well as controlling each individual of the 6 channels panels by the color sliders themselves. So in addition to that, the application is also going to allow users to be able to go in and fully schedule and program their lights based on our preset templates. So if they want to go in and maybe pick, a radiant color mode, they'll be able to do so, set the start day, start nighttime, as well as the maximum intensity, and actually program their groups of lights. In addition, the ReefLink will also have an integration with a webcam known as the drop cam, so you'll be able to not only control the lights completely wirelessly from anywhere in the world, you'll be able to see in real-time changes exactly what's going on. Finally, in addition with the ReefLink, by the end of the year, R&D has also promised us to be able to have pump schedule controllability built into the cloud-based website as well. So you'll be able to go in and actually change maybe from reef crest in the morning to lagoonal mode at night and switch over to night mode and make those changes over a 24-hour period completely wireless and make those, through our cloud-based website as well. So this is our ReefLink as well as the Reef-A-Palooza over the SR120 series here at Reef-A-Palooza.
Tony Vargas, Reef Aquarium consultant and author of many well-respected books in the aquarium hobby, educates and entertains the Reef-A-Palooza attendees.
Large angelfish, they can become a problem with wrasses. Large triggerfish, I've seen triggerfish grab a wrasse by the middle of his belly and start consuming him as he folded him up and engulfed him. So you have to be careful with the triggerfish around wrasses. And crazy damselfish. We all know that damselfish can become out of control. And when that happens, the ones that suffer are your wrasses because they're a little bit more timid. So, what do we want to stay away from as well? Well, large wrasses. Now there are wrasses that you can keep in your aquarium and there's some that you can't. So, the first thing we want to do is large wrasses with the genders, we must try to keep them out of the tank. So what's the number one wrasse? Can anyone take a guess? Anyone? Come on, take a guess.
On yours. 6 line.
Dragon wrasse, very good. Anyone else?
6 line.
Okay, well the number one wrasse you do not want to keep in your tank is called the Julian sprung wrasse. Unfortunately, this wrasse is a know-it-all. So every time you approach your aquarium, he's telling you what to do. So this is a wrasse you want to stay away from. The other one is the Joe Aiulo wrasse. Every time you turn around, Joe Aiulo redecorates your aquarium. So it never looks quite the same. Okay, suitable tank mates. Centropyge angelfish, Genacanthus angelfish.
I even got to hang out with Tony for a little bit at the Clammania booth.
Hi, my name is John Bowie. I'm with Clammania. I just want to introduce you to Tahitian clams. It's one of my favorite clams. They are very, very versatile in color. Patterns are amazing. If you were to ever see a Tahitian clam, you'll think it's one of the most beautiful clams in the world. I personally do. If you move this way, I have some more clams here. You see there's some nice patterns here. There's a golden, little golden orange one here. And you get some really amazing ones to the right of that. There's blue and orange there, so that makes it really special. And then some of the colors are super, super bright, super neon colors. The camera doesn't really do it justice. To see it in real life, you can really appreciate a lot more. Moving to the right, we have a really nice shipment of Palau cultured clams. These are dorasas. Palau is one of the original places that actually cultured clams. And all the forefathers started there in Palau. It went from Palau to different islands, Samoa, and all the different places like that. And right here, you see there's the new Crocias from Palau, which is super amazing. This is a new shipment, new to the industry, or new to me, that is. And I'm very, very happy to have them because they're so much healthier, so much better than the Vietnam ones, which nothing against them, but these are a lot healthier, just a better way of sustaining clams and for our industry.
EcoXotic was here displaying their Eco Pico and continuing to show off their impressive LED technology. I was really excited to get a first look at EcoExotic's new freshwater Planet Light. Their new Planet Light is a full spectrum light with RGB LEDs. Its equivalent light output is on par with 2 T5 bulbs. It will come with control for ramp up and ramp down times. It has cloud cover lighting in 4 different colors. It is the first LED light from EcoXotic tailored specifically for Planet tanks.
Hey, I'm Brian with Highor, and we're here at Reef-A-Palooza in 2013 in Southern California, and we're showing off some of the new products that we've got this year. This year we got the new Smart Level that we're introducing. The Smart Level is our version of an auto top-off for your aquarium. It's unique that it has no moving parts. And so we've got the controller that'll mount in your stand or canopy wherever you need it out of the way. And it's going to give you an audible and a visual readout of everything that's going on with the sensor. You've got LED illumination, and then there's an audible alarm if you get to that an alarm situation. 3 leads come out of the unit. This one will go to the wall to plug in. This one will your pump will plug into here, and you can plug in up to a 50-watt pump to that unit, and the pump will sit in your reservoir, your top-off reservoir. And then the third cord is the 7-foot lead that'll go to the sensor that will mount either in your aquarium or in the sump. The sensor itself mounts with a magnet and suction cup mount, and it will mount on glass thickness a little bit thicker than 3/8 of an inch. So pretty much anything that we'll run into in a sump situation. You've got 3 levels of sensing that it will give you. On the bottom, you've got your minimum water level. In the middle, you've got your maximum water level. And then on the top is an alarm level. When the water's at the minimum level, it's perfect. The unit's functioning just where it needs to be. When it drops below, it will trigger that pump lead to turn on and fill water into your tank or sump until you get to that maximum water level. And then it will turn that pump lead off. If you get in a situation where you've got too much water in the sump or aquarium, you'll get an audible and a visual alarm when it hits that alarm level, just to let you know that there's something going on. Pay some attention to the aquarium, and it also makes sure that we don't have any additional water to the aquarium, because this pump lead will then definitely be off. There's a secondary alarm on the low side, so if we don't get any water added to the situation, so if for example your top off is dry and you're trying to get water to the sump and you don't get any water after a 10-minute period, it will turn the unit off so we don't burn that pump out. So that's the new Smart Level. What you're seeing now is the Cali circulation pumps that we've got hooked up to a Smart Wave. The Smart Wave is a controller that you can hook multiple pumps up to. It's a 2-channel unit, but it's not limited to 2 pumps. Each channel can support up to 100 watts of electrical load, so you can hook up multiple pumps per side. The circulation pumps that we use are the Cali's. They're fantastic for creating a nice random circulation pattern in the aquarium. We are patented magnet suction cup mounts, so you never have to worry about the pumps falling in or letting go of the glass. The mount is such that you can rotate it around in the aquarium to get the flow directed exactly where you want it. Cali's are available in 3 different size ranges, from a nano at 240 gallon an hour and 425 gallon an hour. 4 evolution sizes from 600 gallon an hour through 1500 gallon an hour, and then 4 of what we call our magnum sizes from 1650 to 3250 in flow.
Hi, my name's Alex. I'm with Hikari here. We're out here trying to promote our new turtle line. It's got probiotics and wheat germ in it, which sets it apart from everything else. So what it does basically is it helps break down a lot of that bacteria, a lot of that ammonia buildup. So it brings down the ammonia down 88%, and the clarity of the water is 52% cleaner because of the probiotics and the microorganisms that are helping break down the bacteria that's in their digestive. So even when they're able to extract their waste into the water, the microorganisms are still breaking it down. So overall, The clarity of the water, as you see, compared to our competitors, is 52% cleaner. It's a big change for those turtles. All right, this is another one of our great lines. This is Seaweed Extreme. The reason why it's so unique is because it's 67% seaweed, so it's a great equivalent to nori. No longer have to feed that nori strip that's in your tank that makes a big mess, goes into your filtration system, goes into your sock, and you have to replace it immediately. This way, you don't have to feed that nori. Your tank's a lot cleaner. It's also a sponge-like type of crumble that basically absorbs the water and basically creates a very palatable crumble. Unlike other types of pellets that other tangs are spit out and they eat back, and you know, back and forth, in the nature, they basically think it's a rock. This way, very palatable, in and out, instantly.
Hey guys, I'm at Seaside Tropical Fish. What's your name?
My name's Sam.
Sam. Hey, how you doing, Sam? Thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us. Why don't you tell us a little bit about what you guys do here?
We're Seaside. We're the biggest tropical fish store in Orange County. We came out to Reef-A-Palooza trying to, I know that a lot of people have coral and things here. We kind of don't want to switch it up, wanted to provide the fish here.
Okay.
And I think, you know, we've been a big hit yesterday. There was a big crowd. You know?
Nice.
Yeah, it was actually
Why don't you show us a little bit of the type of fish you brought?
Yeah, so we have a lot of saltwater fish here, like the flame angel here. We have these clowns, multiple different clowns. Definitely can't forget the cleaning crew.
Oh yeah?
Keep the tank clean, all of that. We have various different fish here. See, we brought a lot of yellow tangs, things like that, and a lot more rarer fish like the wrasses, but they're kind of scattered right now, but you know, customers
Now, did you, where are the tank police waiting, you know, when you actually give out the tank? Did you bring the tank police with you?
The tank police?
The tank police. You never heard of the tank police?
No, I've not heard of the tank police. But man, do I gotta be scared?
I'm Eddie from Cali Aquariums, and this is all of our newest and best aquarium filtration equipment. So starting here, we now have 3 sizes of biopellet reactors. This is our nano reactor. Most people probably have seen these. This is one of our first ones that came out. This is our conic recirculating bioreactor. Has a recirculating control valve, has anti-clumping design, and recirculating valve to help prevent overstripping your water. So you can control how much you want to keep nitrates and phosphates and how much you want to remove. Anti-clumping design. Distribution plate on the bottom ensures every single pellet moves evenly from the nano ones to the larger ones, 50 gallons to 350 gallon capacity. And this is our largest new one, which is BR2. It's 350 gallons up to 1,500 gallons capacity. And this is our pipeless protein skimmers. To make your adjustments, you would just easily turn the body to have foam go up and go down. And this is our new nano, which you can do the same. Turn the body up and go down. All professional features, bubble plates, air injectors. And this is our 400 gallon size with the gear control knob. Foam it up, down. Very easy to control if you have tight on space. Just turn the body. This is our 200 gallon to 300 gallon size, PLS 200. Also has a gear control knob. Here's our 150 gallon conic skimmer, professional. Extremely fast response time. Turn it up right away. Don't have to wait very long for your adjustments to settle in. This is our 300 gallon size. Same thing, foam up and down. And here is our 300 to 400 gallon size. This is our Artisan Series 2013. Features Starfire glass from the front and 2 sides for totally clear viewing panels. And trapezoid seamless overflow box, 1 piece all the way across with laser cut surface skimmers. And what's really cool about the new tanks is that we use a Herbie drain overflow. Right here you can see we use 3 holes. There's a drain hole, emergency drain, and the return pipe.
Alan from Eshops. I want to show you our new products. We have an Envy line. It's actually a label under Eshops. We currently have two designs for iPhone 5 and iPhone 5S case. We have the peppermint angelfish and the peppermint and the clownfish. And they're really cool design. It's really new. It's really innovative and really good looking. It's really lightweight and it's a slim fit for your iPhone 5 and 5S.
I'm here with Algagen. I'm here with Eric, and you guys have a really interesting booth. Really, why don't you tell us a little bit about what you have going on here?
All right. Well, Algagen's a live feeds company, as you may or may not know. Our specialty is microalgae, and we've kind of turned that over into copepod production. We're a major producer of copepods. And so our challenge over the years is how to get the freshest product to the end user. And so this year we've kind of come up with this concept where we've got these cones and we're getting the cones into stores. Each cone's going to contain a species of copepod that really can't be bottled. They're tropical, subtropical. They're great for Anthias, SPS, a whole slew of organisms in the tank. Copepods. We're going to supply a type of phytoplankton. This one is an Isochrysis galbana, which comes from a Tahitian reef. It's a great feed for clams, corals, the pod life. It's a critical one. Most people are used to green phytos. This is a brown one, and it's superior to most of the other algae out there. And then we have a rotifer culture. So we all know about rotifers, and if you don't, rotifers are used for breeding seahorses, feeding out to leather corals, larval fish. And they're L and ester and different types of rotifers. So what we're doing here is we're getting freshest cultures to the stores so the hobbyists can go into the store with the bags we supply, and they fill them up. And feed them either directly to your tank or you can culture them out if you're doing breeding work. So our motto here is fresh is best, and we think this is the best way to get optimal nutrition to the end user. This is kind of a new concept. People have tried it before, but we think that the way we've kind of put it together, this is really going to work well. Every week the stores will get new cultures. Every week it's going to be clean, pure. The rest of the Algagen products vary. What we've come out with this year is Phycopure zooxanthellae, and what we've done is we've isolated the zooxanthellae, the symbiotic algae that lives in the tissue of corals and clams, and we're growing it outside of its host. Initially, what we wanted to do is we wanted to include it as an additive to a marine tank. So we're all using that artificial seawater. Artificial seawater probably doesn't have any of this zooxanthellae in it, whereas natural seawater obviously does. Corals and clams are known to exchange zooxanthellae with the environment, hence, better health for corals and clams. But what we found out is that by adding this to a tank with zooxanthellae, we've been able to bring bleached corals back. Healthy corals become, their color enhances more and they have better polyp extension. So we're finding out this is a really important additive to a marine tank for coral health. We've seen it over and over again. The other product that we've just brought to market, which you may or may not know about, is Coral Smoothie Simply Clams, which is really just minced clams. And we feel it's as good as the oyster products out there. Ours and oysters period, and it's great for fish. Fish love it. Corals and clams, corals respond really well. All right, so if you want to learn more about us, go to www.algagen.com. It's an educational website, and you'll find out more about our products there.
I stopped by Age of Aquarium's booth, and their booth looked so awesome, I definitely had to take a trip to their store. Age of Aquariums has been around for over 20 years. They carry both freshwater and saltwater fish. If you're ever in the California area, I would definitely recommend stopping by their store. I'm here with Russ of CPR Aquatic.
Yeah, well, CPR Aquatic has been around for a little over 20 years now.
Oh, wow, okay.
What we do is we make all different types of filtration equipment. So we're probably best known for our hang on the back skimmer, the backpack protein skimmer. We're always trying to develop new products.
Okay.
Some of the new stuff we're showing this year has been the tumbler media reactors. Some of the accessories that people may not know us as well for are the sock holders, which are a great way to modify existing sumps to add mechanical filtration. We also have things like the first aid kit. The first aid kit is it's kind of a Swiss Army knife of aquatic products.
Okay.
It does a lot of different things. So it acclimates your fish. It serves as a isolation system.
This is it right here?
Yeah,
Okay.
this is it right here. You can see it set up right now. This is how you would actually acclimate fish. You can see that it actually runs on reverse pressure. So because the water level is different inside your tank and inside the box, water's only going to go one direction. And so you're not going to have any exchange with the transport water. So it's a really easy way to go ahead and kind of set it and forget it, and have your fish or whatever animal you're trying to acclimate properly acclimated. Once you do that, you can also use it as an isolation system. Go ahead and add the pump that we include in the system, and it'll circulate fresh tank water through the unit, so you can keep the animals isolated. Also does a number of other things, like you can use it as a simple dosing mechanism. I actually use it as a brine shrimp hatchery. I think it's the best brine shrimp hatchery I've used. Just attaching it to the outside of your tank, adding a little simple air pump to the bottom will help create the right environment to hatch the Artemia. And once you make it easy, you know, your fish and your coral will love it. It's easy for you to do. So.
And now, do you carry it in just the one size?
We carry just the one size right now.
Okay. Awesome, but it's a really good size. You can fit a really nice size fish in here too.
Absolutely. You know, you could use it as a dipping station, or if you want to use it for isolation for coral, we include a little frag rack in there.
Okay,
so
great.
A lot of different uses that you can find for the unit.
Okay, nice. And now, what's this right here in front?
You know, this unit right here is the Aerofuge AP. It's a combination refugium and protein skimmer. This protein skimmer is actually a dual body skimmer, so it makes it really easy to go ahead and do the maintenance and servicing on the equipment. Obviously there's a little collection cup for all the waste, and you can really set up the refugium however you'd like. You know, we have it set up here with different types of macroalgae, as well as some refugium mud, and so it can be a really powerful filter in of itself as well.
And now, what size tanks do you recommend this up to?
You know, it really depends on what you have in the tank. I guess that's kind of the go-to answer with a lot of these things, but I've seen tanks at 75 and 80 gallons just looking really nice. As long as they're doing proper maintenance. You know, of course, all the equipment that we make requires a little bit of requires all the users to do the normal husbandry and the normal maintenance at home as well.
So, that's great.
Yeah.
And then you have.
The tumbler reactors are probably what people are most excited about. It's probably our newest item. It comes in two sizes: the nano and the mini. And really, you can use any types of media inside of them. And so, what you do, what you achieve by using the tumbler reactors is just being able to better utilize the media inside. Obviously, you know, we have different medias here. We have some ChemiPure here and some carbon, a couple different types of biopellets, which is another really popular type of media that people are starting to use these days.
Great. And then you have a protein skimmer as well.
Yeah, we have a full line of protein skimmers. A lot of the best known ones are our hang on the back ones, like our backpack. This is actually the Aerofuge AP. It's kind of similar to the skimmer over on the combo unit, but just as a standalone skimmer. We have a couple little sump items like the SR2 and the SR3, which fits in the BioCube 29 for oceanic. And you know. A favorite of many hobbyists is the hang on the back aquafuge, and the reason why is because you can add that to any system, most any system, and really almost every system is going to have some incremental benefit when you add a refugium. And so besides getting additional filtration, you get a nice new biotope to be able to experiment and have fun with.
Here with Mark. Some of you may remember him from the live show I did right before Reef-A-Palooza started. Mark, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with me.
My pleasure.
Really great event you put on. Lots of vendors.
Thank you.
Lots of people. Really exciting. It really did have a different feel than other events I've been to.
Good.
It was really fast-paced. This is my first Reef-A-Palooza.
Okay.
So, well, why don't you tell? I know it takes a lot of work to put on these type of shows. How much time did it take?
Well, I'll give you a little background information first. My throat is kind of gone.
Oh, I'm sure.
The effort and energy we put into it. But this show started in my backyard 10 years ago. It's our 10-year anniversary. And we had 200 people, and we had one speaker. I believe it was Anthony Kelfo. Came over and kind of showed us how to frag soft corals then at that point in time, you know. But anyway, it's grown, you know, exponentially every year. A couple of years in my backyard, then Marine Depot's parking lot, then here at the fairgrounds. And each year, because we're growing so rapidly, we have to make room for that growth, and it means bigger area for the speakers, bigger area for the demonstration, using the space in the building properly, more advertisement, whether it be billboards, whether it's TV, radio, internet, magazines, you know, making sure that everybody hears about the show. We are hobbyists, but we think this kind of a show is what really supports the hobby well. You know, it's one thing that the fraggers are inside, you know, making some money or swapping, and then the vendors are showing off their equipment. But we want a lot of new people to come in the door, and we want them to learn from this show.
Okay. So how many volunteers did you have?
We had about 20.
Oh, 20
volunteers.
Wow,
yeah.
That was a lot.
Yeah.
And so now, do you have an estimate? Because I know this is actually day 2 for those of you guys watching. And do you have an estimate of how many people showed up this year?
Well, yesterday we had over 3,100 people.
Okay, just in one day.
And we expect Sundays is not quite as busy, but it is a longer day in that people start showing up later on Sundays.
Okay.
So I would expect we'll probably do over 2,000 anyway.
Yeah, because earlier in the day it wasn't as full, but now it's just as crowded as it was yesterday.
They come a little later on Sunday because they know sometimes they can get a better deal.
No, oh yeah,
know,
and that's the
kind
thing.
of how it works.
Yeah, getting the deals.
People they understand that, so that's usually when they show up.
And lastly, about how many vendors? Do you know about how many vendors actually showed up?
I think we had about 90.
90 vendors.
90 vendors.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, that's great.
So that would be probably about, I'd say 25 more than we had last year. So, you know, making room for them. That's why we're in the larger building this year and whatnot.
So would you say mission accomplished this year?
Oh, absolutely. I think it's just, I've got nothing but some smiling faces. Everybody's happy, you know, and that's all we hope for.
Special thanks to Orfec for making my trip to Reef-A-Palooza possible. Thanks, guys. This is the ultimate hobby. The ultimate hobby.